Hello, hello, welcome back to Confident Conversations. Today I've got a very amazing guest. We're leaving the Latin community for a little while and we are introducing the disabled community. I'm going to let her introduce herself because I don't want to butcher her name.
My name's Antiqu'e.
Okay. I saw that you are a disabled sort of ambassador,
Yes,
singer-songwriter
yeah, and composer.
and composer. I think there was a few other things, weren't there?
Yeah, I'm a creative practitioner and an empowerment influencer.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do a lot of empowerment stuff, empowering young people, female groups, and just trying to put out a positive message in the world online and stuff like that.
Definitely. So I met you for a group chat, the VAT group chat.
Yeah.
And I think that's very empowering. That's really amazing. I've met amazing people on there, especially your friend D, who is a comedian.
Yeah, Variety D. Yeah.
Variety D, who's a comedian. But what made you, number one, what made you sort of start that WhatsApp group? And number two, why a disabled sort of ambassador? What sort of led you to that? Because I've not really seen much of that sort of support.
Okay. Well, can you just repeat the question again? Because my memory.
That's fine.
That was a lot.
So I think the first part was what made you sort of create that group chat.
Okay. So me and Variety D are both creatives, and we've known each other for a long time, probably over like 15 years, 14 years. And she is somebody that since my diagnosis, so I had a diagnosis of Hodgkin's lymphoma, classical Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a rare blood cancer. It affects young people, well, mainly younger people under 40.
Yeah.
And I was diagnosed with that in April 21. So with that diagnosis came about a whole load of different kind of experiences and navigating the world in a different way. And the only person that I kind of knew in the creative industry that I was in was Variety D, and she had a disability and she advocated for disabilities. So it was just really me thinking about how can I still do what I used to do in a different way, the way I am now, which is gone through like 7 intensive treatments, a stem cell harvest and transplant, and kind of out the other side, but I've got all these different side effects which affect my my way of living and creativity. And I was like, how do I navigate? Do I just give up my creativity? Do I just give up my music? Do I just give up my spoken word and poetry? Do I just give up performing? Like, how do I navigate these spaces? So me and Variety D, we used to chop it up on WhatsApp all the time and talk about all different things, girls stuff, all sorts of things. And one day I said to her, do you just want to go live? So we did. And then she was like, you should call it VAT, Various Antique Talks. But, you know, the various is incorporating variety.
Yeah.
And Antique Talks is just us, Variety and Antique talking. So we talk about all things. We talk about anything within the creative industry that is going to affect people with disabilities, particularly... we like to raise awareness of invisible disabilities, because if you was to look at me now, you wouldn't ever think that I have a disability. And I do.
Yeah.
So that's why. It's a bit long-winded, but...
That's fine, because to be fair, before today, I didn't really know you even had a condition. I didn't really... I knew about the group chat, I knew about everyone in the group chat, but I'm not someone that researches a guest because I prefer it to be natural. And I think if I research a guest, it's like, okay, I've got to ask them this, this, and this, and this. But I definitely wanted to ask you about the group chat.
I don't know if this is going to pick up on the sound.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's right. So when I asked you sort of to come, it was more of a actually she's doing a lot of good for the community. She's doing amazing things. On that WhatsApp group that I've seen the Instagram lives that you're doing, that's amazing. But I never knew there was like a whole backstory behind it. So I think what you've been doing is amazing.
Thank you. Well, we've just started, and I think it's about putting out there like alternative, diverse voices. And there are a lot of creative people with disabilities, including disabilities that you may not be able to see visually or notice at all. And there's a lot of people in the world like that. But I was like, where do I go for a creative space?
Yeah.
Where do I go to get advice in the creative industry? So what we did is we talked about the fact that there are lots of places that you can get support and help if you have a disability and you are a creative and you're functioning within the creative industries. So that was our first kind of like talk. And our second talked some more. I can't even remember what we talked about because that's one thing that I have going on, which is my memory. Just can't remember things. And I don't like to say that either. And I don't say I have a disability. I say I'm a spicy girl. Because that's a bit different.
Yeah.
I'm a bit spicy. I'm a bit different. I'm very big on words. And I try not to say I can't remember, but it's the only way that I can really communicate to people what I'm going through. I don't remember. Sorry.
Yeah. I think for me, I've got a disability too. And I think for me, I've always hated the word disability. I've always hated the word you have a disability because it sounds like you can't do something.
It's a bit disempowering.
Yeah. So for
in
me,
a way.
Yeah. So for me, I've always used the word sort of condition.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Yeah. I've always said condition. I've always said I don't have a disability. I've got a condition. But recently, I've got used to saying the words disability.
It's kind of like a societal thing, don't you think? Like everyone else labels it as that, and then so other people understand the language. You kind of like fall into using those labels. Yeah.
But I think for me, I've now gotten used to the point to say disability, but I don't see it as a negative thing because something that I've realised is people are always going to see you as someone with a disability, but you can still do stuff. And actually, a lot of people with disabilities are a lot more successful than those with abilities.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think of that because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I feel really emotional right now talking about it because I don't usually talk about these things a lot. But I'm quite open in a way. I feel like I don't know how to be. Sorry, I feel like I'm going to cry.
It's all right, it's fine. Take your time.
You know, like, look what just happened. I'm just tried to get here. I just tried to travel and I couldn't. And I got lost and I went to the wrong train stop. And then I was trying to follow the sat nav and I couldn't follow the sat nav. And I walked past the place.
Yeah.
In my brain, I walked past the street and I thought I was going to the right place and ended up somewhere else and then had to come back. And then I was just like WhatsApping my friend nearly in tears because like in my head, I was getting off at the right stop. I went all the way up to the barriers to ask the guy, which exit do I exit? Because I need to be on this road. I showed him my map and he was like, you're at the wrong station. I was like, huh? It was just so overwhelming. My brain just gets scrambled. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's really upsetting because I'm not used to it. It's something that I'm only just navigating now, trying to function. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand that because I went through that a long time ago, trying to get my independence. But I think the best way I can put it is it takes time and it is a struggle. Yeah. And there are going to be tough days. There are going to be times where you're in pain. There's going to be times where you just don't want to get up.
And I feel a bit defeated. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, we can do more, but
yeah.
I don't know how.
But the thing is, the reason that I say we're more successful than those that are quote unquote able is look at what we go through every day, and we
Just to get out of bed.
Yeah, and we carry on. We get up, we do our shit, and but I see a lot of people who are able to, who complain, who moan, who are like, you know what, I can't be bothered. So
And I have chronic fatigue as well. So like today, all of this, I might be in bed for the next couple of days, and I might be really tired. I might not be able to go anywhere. So me trying to like get up and do things is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But people don't realise that.
It's a struggle.
It is. But I do agree with you that we can still do things. It's just finding alternative ways of how.
Yep.
And being more selective, I think, in what I do, for example, because I need to manage my energy budget.
Yeah.
And it depends how much energy I wake up with in the morning. And even today I was like, oh, please let me be able to go. I was feeling a bit fatigued. But that also impacts on my cognitive, and then I can get mentally fatigued, and that's kind of what was happening. So this is something that I don't actually understand yet, how that all affects me. So, yeah.
I think it just takes time.
Yeah, I don't mean to bring a downing kind of energy, but this is literally real life what just happened.
Yeah, that's fine, and that's exactly what this podcast is about. It's about not having judgment on what you say, and it's real because this is what you're going through.
Yeah, it's not easy because I'm literally navigating and learning as I'm going along right now in real time, like every single day, every minute of the day. It's different. It's different because, I was only diagnosed in 2021, and I'm 15 months post-stem cell, and I've been out of treatment for 15 months. So within all that time I've been recovering within 15 months. It's only now that I'm able to actually even try to go somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And it's difficult. It is difficult, and it's difficult trying to, quote unquote, again, normalize going back to what you knew already.
Yeah, because in my mind, I'm the same person, but in my body, I'm not. I'm totally different. But I'm also a different person within my soul and my spirit for what I've gone through, and just every day, you change and you grow. So.
You do, 100%. You do. Because if I go back to my life when I was 2005, so 19 years ago or so, my life was very completely different. I was in and out of hospital. I've had hip operations. I've had Botox injected in my knees and my legs. I was on crutches for 8 years. I've been told that I shouldn't have had surgery. I've had surgery to stop my growth, which is why I'm 5'2". I've been told that I should have died at 15. I'm now 31. But all of that affects you in some sort of way. But yeah, again, I don't regret the choices that I've made. I don't regret the life that I've had. I don't regret anything that I've done and not done because it's brought me to this point.
Me neither.
Yes, there are days that, we struggle, and I still get spasms, and I get people looking at me and talking to me and just like hating what I do because I'm successful in my own sense. But it's just life, and there's always going to be those moments where people are going to be like, why are you doing this when I can't?
I feel a great sense of like pride in
Yeah.
who I am. I'm proud of myself. Like I've also been through a lot,
Yeah.
and the enormity of it is like, I'm like, was that even me? I mean, it was me then, but it isn't me now because I've like transformed like a transformer into someone else, and I feel like I'm very proud of
You
who
should be
I am.
proud.
Yeah,
You should be proud.
I'm proud, and you know, the moments where I've had to go deep into my soul, you know, when you're alone, because you can only face it alone.
Mm-hmm.
And the only person I had, I mean, I don't know what your faith is and stuff, but sometimes I used to look in the mirror in the hospital toilet and be like, God, I can't do this anymore. And I had to reach into my soul and continue. And that built a strength in me. So I know I have a strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a strength that's unshakable. And I like that about myself.
Definitely. See, I'm not religious at all. I believe in God, but at the time, I'd say I didn't really have a relationship with God as I do now.
That's what I'm talking about, as in
Yeah.
faith, knowing that, you know, not necessarily have to be a particular faith,
Yeah.
but just to know God, like I have, oh gosh,
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Because if I had met you pre-pandemic, you would have been like, who is this person? Because to who I am now, two very completely different people.
How have you changed, or what was you like?
So pre-pandemic, I had no confidence. I barely went out. No, not barely. I didn't go out at all. I didn't have any ambition. I didn't have any passion, any dreams. And my Instagram will tell you this. I was on about 200 followers. But for me, I felt like I couldn't do much. I couldn't do anything because of my disability. I felt like I was just like going to be another fly in the wall, and that's it. Post-pandemic, I've built so much confidence. I started doing IG lives. I'm doing the podcast now. I'm going to events, which is something that I had never really done. And I've got an amazing community of friends who are very supportive, and when I told them I want to do something, they're like, yeah, you can do it, you've got this, you got to believe in yourself. Before that, I had no one.
I know how that feels, because I kind of felt the same in terms of my confidence and self-esteem and belief in the gifts that I have, and showing the world my true, authentic creativity.
Yeah.
I really held back on me. I slept on myself. Do you know what I mean?
Let me put this
And
aside.
I wasn't confident enough to just go for it. And during like my treatments, I was recording, because my mental health went through the roof.
Yeah.
My mental, like being faced with your mortality, your mental health just goes right through the roof. And to cope with my mental health and my emotional well-being, I needed to create. Obviously, my relationship with God was a big thing.
Yeah.
But also my creativity saved me from falling into, I don't even know where I would have went, but I created. The biggest thing this year was releasing, because I released a double EP, As Strange as It Seems and Could Be Worse. And I was literally at the time processing all the things that I needed to heal from, which I thought was bringing about this dis-ease in my body, like, and just how I used to feel wasn't very happy. I wasn't really happy.
Yeah.
And I just let go of everything. And now I'm in a beautiful place where I'm like, I can create whatever I like. This is my second chance at life. And you have one life, and I get to edit it and live it and orchestrate it however I want to experience it in a way. Well, I can. Obviously, I'm limited with certain things.
Yeah.
Because I have to manage it. But I can choose who's in my life, what's in my life, what I want to do, how I want to live it, how I want to show up, how I want to dress, what I want to do, when I want to do.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah.
But I think when I got diagnosed with my condition and I was told that I was going to live until 15.
What is that? Do you mind saying?
So it started off with glutaric aciduria type 1, type 2, one or the other. And that means I can't process protein properly. And I think, I don't know what happened in my childhood, but I suffered 3 convulsions. I think it was in the space of 24 hours. And it led to me having dystonia, which is a muscle condition. So I was partially paralyzed from the right side. And since then I've been fighting to live a so-called normal life. And it's been tough. But I think something that I would always appreciate my parents for is not telling me that I was meant to die at 15. I think had I known that, I would have gone downhill. I would have been someone who wasn't a pleasant person.
Because it can bring on depression, can't it? That type of...
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point kind of thing?
Yeah,
because my doctors told me, like, I had 3 months, they said a couple of months. So to me, it's like 2 to 3 months. But in my head, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. My birthday's in October. I'm going to have a party. I'm going to invite all my friends. So it's like, even though they gave me that kind of news, if you don't do something today, that's it, kind of a couple months. I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it was only because of my sister. So I've adopted a sister during my journey, my healing journey. And she was like, when they tell you certain news, you cannot take it on. So it's kind of the same thing where you were told that's not facts. And I thought that's not facts.
Yeah. Because, so I didn't know until I was 18 that was going to happen. But I think a part of me sort of always knew, but I just didn't want to believe it. But when I was told at the age of 18, I was like, I sort of laughed at it a little bit, like I cheated death. But the way I see it is...
You don't take it for granted.
You don't take it for granted.
No.
But the way, because I've got a very, really good relationship with my parents, I'm glad they didn't tell me, because I think, again, I would have gone downhill. I would have maybe done drugs, maybe gone into like a gang. Maybe I would have been stabbed at that point, I don't know. But I am so grateful that they didn't tell me, because it gave me a purpose to live. It gave me a purpose to push on. And what the doctor told my parents was, if you want another kid, go have sex. Literally, that's what they told my parents in 96. So when my dad told me that, I was like, okay, that's a bit weird to tell someone that's about to lose a child, but all right.
I thought they said that to you.
No.
Sorry, my brain... I heard what you said, but it's like I processed it like the doctor said that to you. That's why I was laughing.
No, they said that to my parents. Go have sex if you want another kid.
Oh, because they could lose you, essentially. Oh, okay, that's not funny then. No, that's not funny.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's all right.
That was a bit of a delayed response.
No worries.
My brain.
But yeah, so that happens, and I only found out that part a couple of months ago. So I was like, oh, okay.
I think it's a good job that they didn't tell you that, because I think sometimes we can internalize words, and words are powerful. They can either break you or make you. the end of the day. And I think that them holding that back from you, you just didn't think about it in that way, you know, which is a good thing. Yeah, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I think for me, the type of child I was, because I was very troublesome. I made a lot of trouble for my parents and my sister. But I think that part was only because I felt so alone. So the only people I could really harass and bully are my parents and my sister. But I appreciate them like every day for what they've gone through. Like,
Same here.
we fight, we argue, and yes, I can piss them off. But
I like the way you just say things, you know?
Yeah,
I'm like, am I allowed to swear? Am I allowed to?
oh no, 100% you can. But I think one thing that I will always do is appreciate them, because you're not on this journey alone. There's other people around you who are suffering, who delay their lives to be with you and stop their dreams to support you.
That's true. And for the last 3.5, 4 years,
Yeah.
I've had people step into my life I didn't know, strangers, people I've just met along my journey, people I could have never imagined were riding for me for the whole time. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to you all. And you know how thankful I am anyway. They know how thankful I am to them. But I just need to, like, I feel like I owe them my life, because I say to them, you know, you helped save my life. All the nurses, all the doctors, the porters, when I was in a wheelchair, when I was bedbound, all these kind of things, when I couldn't eat, people making me food, bringing me water. Oh, it was a lot. So I love them. They're like my family. Like, a lot of people have become my family. I don't really do friends. I do family. So,
Yeah.
I don't have loads of them, but I have good quality relationships with good quality soul people that I know is my tribe.
Definitely. Yeah. I think it's the absolute same with me. Like, I had met when I was younger, just my cousins. But in the last 4 years, 2 months, I've met some amazing people. I still talk to them, and even if we don't talk, I know that they'll have my back, and they know I have theirs. They've supported me, and one person that I've got to really thank is my auntie. So when I was going through my convulsions, the story that I've heard from multiple sources in my family is she made a promise to God, and she was like, if you save my nephew, I will stop smoking. And she stopped smoking on that exact same day.
You know, I made a promise to God too. I said, if you save my life, I'll do anything you want me to do. And then I heard sing. I was like, sing what? Sing, sing, sing. So that's why I keep singing. Literally. And no matter how scared I am, or afraid, or whatever, or anxious of putting out songs and things like that, and no matter how much I'm like, oh, I can't do this, I don't know what I'm doing, or and all this stuff, I'm just like, well, you made a promise to God, so you can't go back on it. So I know what your auntie went through. Like, you just have to do it. Has she still stopped smoking?
She doesn't smoke. She hasn't smoked since the day she made that promise.
Oh wow!
So that's a good 30 years.
It's amazing.
30 years since she made that promise. She's not smoked once. She stopped it there and there.
Oh,
and,
that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it saved 2 lives, isn't it? I guess I have to think about it like this. My songs that people listen to, it's also empowering them, saving their lives, encouraging them, uplifting them, inspiring them. So that's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing is, with I don't like the word inspiring, in the sense of, when people go, "Oh my God, you're so inspiring. Oh my God, you're incredible." For me, I'm like, I'm not, because I'm just being
I know
me.
what you mean. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean, because I used to get very irritated when people said, "You're so inspiring. Or, you're so strong." I'm like, I don't want to be strong. I don't want to be inspiring. However, I was always inspiring, because before this, I'd gone through so many different challenges in life, and people always used to say that to me. So, but when I was in the midst of my healing, I called the treatments my healing sessions. I never said treatments, but just for clarity. And I was doing my healing sessions, and I was going through, the medical side of things. I just really had a hard time with people saying, "You're so strong. I'm so sorry." It just kind of felt, "You're so inspirational." I didn't want to be that.
It feels like a little bit like they're
It's
not taking
it's
the
not their
piss.
fault.
No.
It's not their fault. They're not aware.
Yeah, they're not taking
It's
the
a
piss.
you thing.
But it
It's a
feels
you
like
thing.
It's very like...
It was a me thing, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't their fault. They're just not aware
Yeah.
of what to say. And
It feels condescending, that's the word.
it's not very empowering, though, especially when
No.
it's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." So I just used to tell people that I just need uplifting, inspiring, encouraging words. I don't want people saying, "Oh, this happened to this person that I know, and that happened."
Yeah.
You hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, this what happened to my mom, and they passed away," and I'm thinking, how does that help me? That's not very uplifting. So, yeah, I had to be very clear and set boundaries, and also reduce my conversations with people sometimes, because you never know what someone's going to say, and they're only trying to be nice, and they think they're helping, and they're not aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I got very used to the word inspiring. And now when people say...
You are inspiring, though.
You know what?
Not in that way,
Yeah.
but you are. We are. I am. I don't want to keep claiming that I'm inspiring, though, because I feel like, how many more inspiring experiences I'm going to have? That's why I don't say I'm in pain anymore. I just say, because I used to say I turned pain into beauty, but now it's all about the beauty beyond that, beyond the pain. Like, I want to be in joy now. Yeah.
Yeah, because I work with someone who has a condition, and I'm not going to disclose his information, because it's his life is private. But he asked me once, "What do you do when you're in pain?" I'm like, I get on with it, because it's the only way I can be. It's the way that I got brought up. So I'll go to work in pain. I'll go to work tired. I'll go to work sometimes when I don't want to even walk, or I can't walk. And he's going through something similar. And I just said, "You know what? It's either you win or the pain wins, and you just got to go on with it." And the way I see it is, the word inspiring I don't like, but in the same way, I'm not going to let myself lose to pain. I'm not going to let myself lose to a condition. And I think that's always been my mentality. Like, I'm still me. I'm still Juan. I'm still going to show up every day, and I'm going to perform to my best ability no matter how much pain I'm in. Because I'm not someone that complains.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you in pain now?
Slightly, but this is nothing compared to what I've been in the past.
I'm in a little bit of pain, but not that much. But yeah, I'm in a little bit of pain, but not that much. Yeah, same like you, just not how I used to be in the past. To the point I'm taking morphines and all those kind of different drugs to stop the pain all day long.
Yep.
Morphine, paracetamol, ibuprofen, one after the other. And even that doesn't really stop pain sometimes.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I do know that feeling.
And then there's the emotional pain as well. and the psychological pain.
Oh, to be fair, I've never been through that. I think I've been through psychological, but for me, I would always, and this is something that my Instagram community knows already. I used to eat a lot of junk food, but I wouldn't see it as. So that's what I call my depression phase. I would eat a lot of junk food. I would eat it every day.
It's like self-harming.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I'll go home and eat my proper dinner. But I think for me, it was just a way of coping at the time.
Yeah, it's like emotional eating. I used to do that.
Yeah. I don't think I cared at that point so much, but I think it got to a point where I was like, you know what? If I carry on going down this route, number one, I'm going to get bigger and I'm going to be in more pain. Number two, I'm going to get myself sick.
Mobility, all sorts of things can be affected, isn't it? Yeah, I used to do that. I did that, and then I got diagnosed. So I definitely feel like that also played a factor.
Yeah.
You know, unhealthy eating, putting on a lot of weight, stuff like that. So I have two Instagrams. One where I keep myself accountable, which was my emotional eating recovery account. And the other one is my creative page. A lot of people don't know that because I just set it up for me. But yeah, I try to eat as healthy as possible, but I still have my little sneaky things here and there.
Yeah. See, I went to the doctor's the other day, and I'm sorry to my Instagram followers, by the way, but I'm someone that doesn't like to take the medication. And this has been something that I've dealt with for my whole life, pretty much.
I don't think anyone wants to be on meds.
Yeah.
I have to be on some meds for the next 10 years.
Oh,
at least.
mine are for life. Yeah. And I've always struggled to take them. But
is that because you forget, or you don't want to, or you don't like the side?
I think both. I think it's both. I don't like them and I do forget.
Yeah, me too.
However, recently I've met someone.
What, like met someone?
Yeah, I've met someone, and
that's nice.
It is.
Hi to the someone.
Hopefully she listens to this. And I sort of told the doctor, look, I'm happier now. I've got a reason to sort of take my medications, be good, to sort of look after myself. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, look at where I am now to where I've been in the past. I had no confidence. I had nothing to live for in particular. I've got my career going. It's not what I want it to be, but I've got it up and running at least. I didn't mention you, by the way. I'm sorry. But she was a big part of why I'm trying to look after myself now. I'm going to go back to the gym now.
I met someone recently, but I'm finding it hard to navigate this whole dating thing by itself, and then the whole extra layers of what comes with being a spicy girl. So maybe I could talk to you about that, because I don't know. I just feel like, it's a lot.
You know what it is? I felt the same way, and then I was speaking to her about, well, not even just about my condition, but I was just telling her what I went through. And she was like, people are so mean, people don't treat you right, you should be treated with love and respect. And the thing that I love about her is she doesn't see me as someone with a disability, she doesn't see me as someone with a condition. She sees me as a normal person, and she'll treat me like a normal person. And I think that's the part where I was like, actually, you're my keeper, you're the one that I want to be with.
For me, I'm kind of questioning, how do I know if someone else is ready to also date, and then can they cope with the enormity of what I've gone through, and then the aftermath, and then the continuation of that throughout life. So yeah, that's what I'm navigating at the moment. It's not easy.
It's a difficult thing to navigate around, because I've been there, but I think you'll know when it's the right person, and just by speaking to them, you'll start to understand, actually, So if I take the one that I'm talking to right now, like I never told her that I had a condition. I never really spoke about it to her, but I think she sort of, from my video, she sort of saw it. And then like a couple of weeks ago, we sort of spoke about it, and I was like, look, I'm still a normal person. And she was like, yeah, you are. Like, the only thing that we want is for you to be happy, and you are enough for me and my daughter.
Oh,
And I was
that's
like,
so nice.
yeah, and I was like, no one's ever said
That's
that to me.
lovely. That sounds so lovely, and your face is lighting up.
It is, and I've told you she makes me happy when I speak to her.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. And I can't wait to meet someone that makes my face light up and my heart sing. No pun intended, but
You will.
yeah, I will. And I just need to take my time. Everything's new, and it's all for me to discover, including myself. So
Yeah, definitely. You've got this.
I have.
You've
So have
definitely
you.
got this.
Yeah, I've got this. I have got this.
You do. Just keep telling yourself that every day, and you've got this.
Yeah, it's true. You know, that's going to be my mantra. I've got this. I see I've got this. I feel I've got this. I know I've got this. I've got this.
100% manifestation.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you into a little secret. At the beginning of this year,
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with my cousin, and I said to him, this year I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to have my girl.
Jeez.
And I said that to him because I felt it coming. I felt it coming for a while, but I didn't really believe it at the time.
Yeah.
And then this year I was like, no, it's going to happen. And everything that I've asked for this year is happening slowly.
Do you know what? That's what happened on my healing journey. And I used to say to my doctors this and that. And we had little, not bets,
Yeah.
but we had little kind of like things between us. Where she was like, oh, so you don't need scans then? I'm like, no, we do need scans just to confirm what I'm telling you, what I
Yeah.
know is going to happen at the time. And we'd laugh about it. But I know that happened, but I now need to be a bit more like that now. I feel a little bit like I don't know again, and it's like I'm in unknown territory, so that makes me feel a little bit like, oh, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
But I need to kind of take the reins or the udders, are they called, you know, what are they called?
The reins.
Yeah, or the thing that you can sell the shit with.
Yeah. Oh, the.
Yeah, my
yeah.
brain.
Fine.
I take the reins and just be like, I'm in control, and this is what I want to happen, and this is what's happening, and I got this. That feels so much better than how I was feeling. I was feeling so tense. I was feeling tense because I feel like sometimes I feel lost. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Would you like to come back on for part 2?
Yeah, I don't mind. You know, thank you for inviting me.
That's all right.
It was good. It was nice, and I
think,
enjoyed it.
I think the beauty of this is you get to talk, and you know that there's no judgment, there's nothing here, and you can be yourself. And you actually get a lot out which you don't realise you've coped with.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice. I liked it. It was a nice conversation.
Yeah, definitely. What are your socials?
My socials are It's Antique, ITSANTIQE on all platforms apart from TikTok, which is It's Antique, It's Me. And my website is www.itsantique.co.uk. I had to think about that. So my brain was like, I'm talking and my tongue's moving and then my brain's not good. Oh, gosh.
It happens.
It's different.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, because you've shared your story, and I think you've let people realise that actually we go through a lot without them noticing. You don't realise what people are going through.
That was even just the surface, what we talked about today.
Yeah.
I mean,
It can go deeper.
Exactly. It's deep.
We can go a lot deeper.
But I'm happy for you that you've met someone. That's really encouraging because I've been worrying about that. So, yeah. Anyway, maybe that's a chat for next time.
Definitely. See how it goes next time and see where we are.
Exactly.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please go support It's Antique and show her some love. Thank you.
Thank you.